Very good afternoon, my dear students. I will be discuss with you a practical problem regarding of a block third unit one regarding of a assessment of companies. I will be discuss 7 to 8 questions regarding for your clear the concepts for the tax planning purpose. Now will we take to is here is a I have already discussed two MCQ type question. One is practical questions. Now I will be discuss with you theoreticals and as per sections, and I will give you properly answer. And if you have any doubt, you can discuss with me in the in coming lectures. So I will be start to the questions. Question number one: a non-Indian company is treated as a residence only if the place of effective management is situated wholly in India during the previous year. It is comment, and this will be right or wrong. As per these questions, all Indian companies within the meaning of Section 2, Clause 26 of the Act ways of residence in India regardless of the place of effective management of its affairs. The Finance Act in 2015 has amended the test of residence of a foreign companies to provide that a company would be treated as a residence in India if its place of effective management at any time during the previous years in India. Place of effective management to mean a place where key management and commercial decisions that are necessary for the conduct of the business of an entity as a whole are in substance all clarification as per residence the section clause 3. It is clear here. It means here a company is a non-Indian company is will be treated as a residence as per section 6 clause 3. It will be amendment in Finance Act in 2015. It will be treated as a company in India if control and office in India. It will be treated as a Indian company. Now is question number two. A limited. A means Ankit Limited incurred an expenditure of rupees 50 lakh on glow science boards display at displayed at outlets examined with the help of decide key is law whether the above expenditure is revenue or capital in nature. Here is the regarding of expenditure nature and capital nature. I have discussed the practical problem because this is the nature of capital, so it will be 100% is deductible and somewhere it is at depend the circumstances and section 115 BAA. In this question answer, it is similar with the case Commissioner of Income Tax versus Orient Ceramics and Industries Limited in 2013. 358 Income Tax Returns 49, where the Delhi High Court note that following observation of the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Here is three courts in the Punjab, Haryana and Delhi High Court. In Commissioner of Income Tax versus Liberty Group Marketing Division in 2009 is regarding of returns is 315 ITR 125. While holding that such expenditure was revenue nature. This type of expenditure is the revenue expenditure. The expenditure incurred on the globe sign, board and revenue in nature as these were incurred with the object of the facilitating the business operations and not with the object of acquiring assets of and is the enduring nature. So the expenditures nature incurred by a limited on glossine board, it is revenue nature. Is liberty is a expenditure nature, but A limited, Ankit limited is a nature of revenue. All is board sales revenue. It is related to state revenue. Here I discussed two questions. Now we will be to discuss in the third questions, and I will be what is the benefits for the regarding of this. Now is XY Limited. It is a foreign company, and it is head office of the UK, United Kingdom, not Uttarakhand. The board of directors, the BOD meeting are held in the UK. However, the board of directors has delegated the major power to a committee in Delhi, and the members of its committee are based in Delhi. The board of directors ratified the decision of the said committee in the light of above. Discuss the of effective place of the effective management POEM of people of and of XY Limited. One objection and discuss is question number third is one part is discuss the guiding factors of the POM for board directors or delegating authorities of the committee. Now I will be here discuss the some points to regarding of sections and is the theoretical part of a business of any organization. The location where a company's board of director I can say in the short form is BOD regularly meets and make decisions. Maybe the company's place of effective management. POM full form is place of effective management. This in the question is what is the mind is the question is the what is the full form is POM. Discuss the place of effective management of XY. Does in substance make the key management and commercial decision necessary for the conduct of the company's business as a whole? In this case, board of meeting are held in UK, but the same formalize the decision taken by the committee at Delhi in India. In India, here is the place of board meeting held at UK cannot be POM as a SPOs as power is delegated to committee which is based at Delhi. It means here is the place of effective management is the place of Delhi, not UK. In UK, any city. Guiding factors when BOD authorities of committee are as under. If BOD had delegated some all its major authorities, like is a director to and one or more committees consisting senior management, then POM shall be at place where at health place where members of executive committee are based and members of executive committee are based and wherein committee where a committee develop and formulate key decisions for formal approval by board POEM of XY Limited, it will be daily as discussed above. It is clear? POM, it is clear here is the I will be conclusion discussion. It is meeting in the head of the UK, but POM is the daily base. As per in the Finance Act 2015 is amendment, if company decision making power India, it will be residence in India. Okay. Now I will be discussing the fourth question. It is Base Drinks Limited was carrying more than one business activity, namely manufacturing the soft drink and trading in soft drinks. The manufacturing activity was not profitable and was hence discontinued. The employees who were directly connected with his manufacturing activity were laid off. The service cost was paid to those employees. The same was claimed by claimed by the assessee as revenue expenditure. Now is assessing officer disallowed the same, treating as capital expenditure on the argument that it was incurred as a result of closure of business of the assessee. Let's discuss and what would be nature of expenditure. We have already the revenue expenditure and the capital expenditure in regarding of a is 50 lakh rupees is decided with the is revenue expenditure and capital expenditures. We have already discussed. Discussion again, but is here we will be take as pronounced is in the last question in three High Court is involved Delhi High Court and Punjab High Court and Haryana High Court. Now it is here is it will be right answer is I will give you and what will be right choice for the conditions for a company as per legally. The fact of the case are similar of the Commissioner of Income Tax versus KGS Private India Private Limited 2012 340 ITR 380 Delhi. It means this case related to Delhi High Court. Where the Delhi High Court held for one of the business activities was suspended. Quote is clear, business activities was suspended. It cannot be constructed that the assessee has closed down entire business, has down its entire business, all business. The assessee still continues to trade in the stock. Therefore, as per conditions, the said expenditure will be allowed as a revenue expenditure, even though it was related to a manufacturing activity which was suspended. As per code is suspended, court not accept that this is the manufacturing activity, but this is the nature, and this expenditure will be treated as a revenue expenditure. Now I will be next question is question number 5. Discuss with it for you. It is for importance for your theoretical knowledge and it is very important. Is question number 5. Sarat Hospital purchase second-hand medical equipment for you. Yeah. We are talking about here the business and this question is related to professions. Sarat Hospital purchased the second-hand medical equipment for use as spare parts of existing equipment. Examine with the help of a decided case flow whether the above expenditure is revenue or capital. This is the third question of the nature of expenditures. Because this, if you taking the decision right, definitely it will be beneficial for us. In the Karnataka High Court, this is case related to South India. In Dr. Ashwath N. Rao versus ACIT, Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax Act, in 2010, 326 ITR 188. It means this expenditure nature is wrong in the when you find the returns of income tax. That since the second-hand machinery purchased by the assessee was for the use of spare parts for the existing old machine, the same had to be allowed as revenue expenditure because he are using for the business purpose. He will be something on. It will be expenditure. This expenditure will be revenue expenditure. It is no doubt anywhere. But his mention is another way. And question number 6. Sukirti incurred expenses 76,000 for the issue of share. It is, however, the public issue could not be materialized on account of non-clearance by SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. Examine with the help of decided a law whether the above expenditures is revenue or capital. The fact of the case of similar of that Muscom Technical Services Limited versus Commissioner of Income Tax 2013 358 ITR 445 where the Madras now is a chain. Madras High Court observed that the assessee had taken steps to go in for a public issue and incurred serious issue expenses. It could not go in further public issue by the reason of the orders issued by the same just before the purpose issue. High Court observed that the efforts were aborted. The fact remains that the expenditure incurred was only for the purpose of expense, not a revenue. It is the capital base. The capital nature of the expenditure would not be lost on account of the efforts. The expenditure incurred by Security Limited constitutes the capital expenditure, not revenue. Here the clearly mentioned is the capital. Now I will be discussing two more questions, 7 and 8 questions. This is related to more or less for the discussions. Question number 7 have five subparts. I will be discussing your partners. Examine the tax liabilities of the following receipts. Their reference to Income Tax Act 1961. Because we are talking about as per Income Tax Act 1961, we have already established no change in the Finance Act. It will be amendment. Bonus shares received by equity shareholders. Bonus shares received by equity shareholders. Medical allowance received by an employee, the entire amount which has been spent by him medical treatment. Section 80D, 80DD. Gift of a plot land given to a company separately by one his client. The company any secretly has been fully compensated of his services, and this gift has given in appreciation of his personal quality. Receipt to facilitate gift is rupees 60,000 from a friend. Not occasions is the for wedding anniversary, marriage anniversary, we can say. Contribution to provident funds that recovered under the employee by the employer but not deposit in the PPF account. I will be discussing here is hmm, many points regarding of a issue of bonus shares to equity shareholders. A part. There is no amount of distribution of dividend. It is declared not cleared the amount as there is no release of assets because amount not credit in your account. Therefore, the bonus shares received by an equity shareholders are not taxable as dividend. If this dividend will be transferred in the account, this will be taxable, not taxable in the hands of the tax equity shareholders. Sorry. The B regarding of medical expenses, fixed medical allowance received received by any employees is taxable under the head of savings. Even if their entire amount has been spent by him from medical treatment. It will not be treated here as a business and profession. It will be treated as a same person. And third question is the gift of a plot. The value of a any benefit or purchase. It is the part also is the same. From exercise or profession is taxable as income under the head profit and gains of business or professions. Irrespective of whether the benefit of or prejudice are contractual or gratis, the value of plot and land would be taxable in the hands of company secretly under the head profit and gains business and professions. However, if the gift was only appreciation of his personal qualities, such received to him without considerations for non-relative would be taxable under section 56 clause 2 under 10 under the head of income from other sources. Under the such case of the gift of 60 cash gift is the 60,000 rupees received from a friend occasions of wedding anniversary. Is taxable under the heads of income from other sources. Since interpreters amount exceeding 50,000 received from a non-relevant on a occasion other than marriage. If in the marriage, it will be okay, but if not marriage, it will be marriage anniversary gave 50,000 till is tax exempt. It remains will be taxable. 10,000 is taxable. 60,000 amount is there. 50,000 is taxable. 10,000 will be paid. And contributions of provident funds recurred from an employee but not deposit in his provident funds account or before the due dates specified under the relevant provident fund act is treated as income by virtue of section 2 clause 24 and subsection 10 and is taxable in the hands of the employee provident funds of the head profits and gains of the business of operations or income from. Here is the two source: income from business and profession and income from other sources. As per under section 36 clause 1 and 5A or under section 57 clause IA Roman 1A, as the case may be, if same is deposit or before the due date is specified under the relevant provident fund act. In the present case, the deducted contribution is not deposited by the employer, hence deduction under section 36 clause 1 and subclause I will not be allowed. Okay. Contribution not will be allowed. It will be section 80, 80C, CDE, is the pension and PPF is the NPS also. I have already discussed in the details in the calculation of individual's income person, in the how to calculate some of gross total incomes and what will be deducted. Now I will be discussing the last questions. Here, Examine the tax liabilities or allowability or otherwise in the following case while computing the income under the heads profit and gains, business of purposes to be declared in the return of income for the assessment year 22-23. The amount of margin money forfeited by a bank on the failure of its customers of not taking delivery of the shares is in the case by the bank on the behalf of amount received towards power subsidy within stipulations that the same is to be adjusting the electricity bills. Profit derived by an assessee engaged in carrying on the business as dealer in shares on exchange of the shares held as stock in the trade on in one company with the shares of another company. Donations, last point is donations received by earnings to other sources of carrying on a vocations from his followers. Since the bank, I will be discuss here is since the bank purchasing shares on the behalf of the customers and for legally, the four features of margin money by the bank from the customers for not paying the balance amount of purchase price and not taking delivery of shares purchased by the bank on the behalf is in normal course of its banking business and hence the forfeited amount is accessible as business income of the bank. Amount being revenue is nature cannot be adjusted against purchase price of the share. The Supreme Court has in the case of CIT versus Lakshmi Vilas Bank Limited in 1996, very old case. I have and when I studied in MBA, then I did to many times this discuss with the regarding of income tax and in BComs also. This case in income tax, when I do study in income tax, then I case clearly study in this case and confirmed this view. Second, B, as per section 2, clause 24, as per Income Tax Act, assistance in the form of subsidy or cash enacted by the central government or state government, any authority or body or agency chargeable to tax as income. Government grants should not be recognized until there is reasonable assurance that the person shall completely with the conditions attached of them, the grant shall be received. The recognitions of such grants shall not be postponed beyond the date of actual receipt. Since power subsidy has been received, the assessing its revenue nature and thereafter is chargeable total tax. And C, profit drive difference between price of shares of the first company and the market value of shares of the new company on the head to focus exchange has to be treat profit derived by the dealer in the shares on exchange of shares held as a stock in the trade of the first company with the shares of the new company. In the normal closure of business and hence such profit is taxable as business income. It was sold held by the Supreme Court in Orient Trading Company Limited, Commissioner of Income Tax in 1997. It's a very old case. When I studied in BCom in 2000, in all cases in my head is discussing income tax and RP Gupta is influence IT policy. Is it is like there are different income tax returns discussed as per Supreme Court trading companies and CIT. Donation received by a person from his followers in the course of carrying on vocations for the furtherance of objectives of his vocation or receipt arising from carrying on offensive vocations and are not casual or non-recurring receipts. The Supreme Court in Dr. K. George Thomas versus CIT 1985 156 IPR 412 has held that such donations are taxable as business incomes as there is a direct net subject witness the vocations carried on by the assessee and they receive such contributions. Here is this donation will be as a treat as a income, not a it will be taxable. Okay. Uh, I have here is the discuss the 7 to 8 questions that clears in the concept. Now I think it is all question is complete in the blog first. Thank you very much for listening very carefully for all questions answers and all question answers will be available in soft copy. So I will be thanks for again for listening carefully my videos and if you have doubt you can contact in toll free numbers.